Yes, sir. Fam, what is up and welcome to another video. Now, I am feeling a bit under the weather, so do excuse me. You see what I mean? Do excuse me for how I sound. I woke up completely out of the woods. I don't know what was going on, but it is what it is. But we still gotta put out content for you guys. Now, today's video is all about work-life balance. Now, I know some of you have a strenuous 9 to 5 job. You maybe have side hustles. You have family to look after. You have a wife. You have a husband, a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it may be. Now, the question is, how do you strike a balance between all of these elements? Well, in this video, I'm going to be showing you, so make sure you stay tuned and make sure you subscribe before we carry on. Let's go.
A few moments later.
Right now, the first moment someone asks me, how do they get balance? How do they, practice a balanced lifestyle? The first question I ask them is, do you plan? And you guys will never guess, but 99% of the time I get a no answer, right? And I can't understand it, because in order for you to really be balanced, if you want to fit in your work, if you want to fit in time for your family, if you want to fit in leveling up your life, exercising, whatever it may be, you have to plan. Now, as I said in many videos before, something as simple as a to-do list. You guys see the calendar there behind me? So every morning I get up, I write down 5 to 6 things on that calendar and I prioritize them, which is the next point that we'll talk about. But get yourself a planning mechanism, whether it's a diary, whether it's a notebook, whether it's a calendar, whether it's those sticky notes that you just paste onto your lamp and you just look at it the moment you get up. Planning is simple. It can be made simple. Many people overcomplicate it. They, go all colorful on their planning. Guys, keep it simple, because then it will be easier for you to follow in the long run. So get yourself a calendar, get yourself a notebook, get yourself sticky notes, and make sure you write down your activities for the day. Make sure you write them down in order of priority, which we'll get to in the next section. So let's go. Now, after the planning phase, once you've made that to-do list, you've written down on the sticky note, you've written down on your calendar. Did I just say calendar? What the hell? So once you've written down on your calendar what you should do, you should prioritize those activities, right? And I always like to rank them from most important to least important. For example, if I have a test to study for tomorrow, I would prioritize that at the top of the list. And then reading my favorite novel would be at the bottom of the list, because that is not urgent. So make sure you prioritize it from most important to least important, because otherwise, if you start with the least important thing, you're going to be going through the day and you're going to be left with no time to complete that very, very important task. And you would be surprised at how many people fail at this. You'd be surprised at how many people fail to plan, how many people fail to prioritize their activities appropriately. So make sure you plan. Make sure you prioritize. If you really, really want that balance in your life, if you really want to get rid of the stagnation and the frustration and the negativity in your life because you're not getting to everything, make sure you plan, make sure you prioritize. Let's move on to the last and probably the most important step.
A few moments later.
The most important thing that I want to emphasize today is execute. Execution is the crucial step in this whole process. Now, you can do as much planning as you want. You can do as much prioritizing as you want, but if you do not execute those things, guess what? You're still going to remain in the same place you were. If you don't actually sit down and do that planning, if you don't actually sit down and prioritize those tasks, guess what? Nothing's going to change. You're going to be kept in this circle. You're going to be kept in this continuous cycle where you're working your butt off. You're still not finding balance. People are getting angry at you. Your family is beginning to hate you because you do not make time for them. It's an ongoing cycle that you do not want to be caught up in. So believe me when I say that execution is the most important thing. Now, how can you make sure that you execute this planning and prioritization? Well, a fact of the matter is that there's no magic pill for that. It depends on how much you want to change. It depends on how much or how badly you want to change your situation. If you want to change bad enough, and if that is your desire, and if everything is telling you to change for the better, you will do it. It is as simple as that. It cannot be taught. It's like discipline, guys. Discipline itself cannot be taught. You have to teach it. You have to learn it yourself. You have to go through that experience in order to build up discipline. It's the same with the planning and the prioritization. Now, if you would like a similar videos to this, please leave your recommendations down in the comment section. I really do appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video.